Have you ever watched two complete strangers from opposite sides of the world risk everything for love and wondered what really happened after the cameras stopped rolling? For millions of Americans, that's exactly what keeps bringing them back to 90 Day Fiancé. Every season introduces new couples, unforgettable moments, emotional confrontations, and life-changing decisions. But while the episodes eventually come to an end, the real stories often continue long after the final credits roll. Season 10 was one of the franchise's most talked-about chapters in recent years. It featured couples navigating immigration deadlines, cultural differences, financial stress, family pressure, trust issues, and the enormous challenge of building a future together under extraordinary circumstances. Some relationships appeared surprisingly strong despite difficult obstacles. Others struggled almost from the moment viewers first met them. And by the time the tell-all concluded, fans across the United States were still debating which couples had a genuine chance of lasting and which relationships seemed destined to fall apart. Today, we're taking a careful look at where the Season 10 couples stand based on publicly available information and verified updates. Rather than relying on internet rumors or unconfirmed social media speculation, we'll focus on what has actually been reported through official appearances, interviews, and the couple's own public statements whenever possible. That means separating fact from fan theories and taking a closer look at how these relationships evolved after filming. One reason 90 Day Fiancé continues to attract such a loyal audience is that it blends entertainment with real-life challenges. The couples aren't just planning weddings. They're navigating immigration rules, adjusting to unfamiliar cultures, balancing finances, and trying to build trust while living under the intense scrutiny of reality television. Every disagreement can become a national conversation, and every major life decision can spark thousands of reactions online. Season 10 highlighted those realities once again. Some couples entered the season full of optimism, believing love could overcome every obstacle. Others arrived carrying emotional baggage from years of long-distance relationships, previous heartbreak, or family disagreements. As viewers quickly discovered, each relationship faced its own unique test. Unlike many reality dating shows that end with a proposal or a final decision, 90 Day Fiancé begins where many love stories become significantly more complicated. The K-1 visa process gives international couples 90 days to marry after one partner arrives in the United States. That timeline creates enormous pressure. For some couples, the deadline strengthens their commitment. For others, it exposes problems that might otherwise have remained hidden for months or even years. Questions about finances, communication, cultural expectations, religion, children, and long-term goals suddenly become urgent. Season 10 reflected those pressures in different ways. Ashley and Manuel entered the season already carrying years of history, but found themselves confronting serious communication issues after Manuel's arrival in the United States. Rob and Sophie struggled with questions of trust, lifestyle differences, and whether they were truly prepared for marriage. Clayton and Anali faced challenges involving family dynamics, communication, and adapting to life together. Nikki and Igor, who had previously appeared in the franchise under the name Justin, attempted to rebuild a relationship years after first meeting, confronting unresolved issues from their past. Sam and Citra worked to bridge cultural and religious differences while planning their future together. Nick and Devin focused on blending their lives despite language barriers and differing family expectations. Each couple represented a different version of international love, reminding viewers that no two relationships follow the same path. One reason this season generated so much discussion was its mix of familiar franchise themes and deeply personal relationship struggles. Instead of relying solely on dramatic confrontations, many storylines centered on everyday issues that countless couples can relate to: learning how to communicate honestly, earning each other's trust, balancing family expectations, and adjusting to major life changes. Viewers also watched the emotional weight of immigration deadlines play out in real time. Every disagreement carried additional consequences because the couples weren't simply deciding whether to continue dating. They were deciding whether to build an entire life together. Social media amplified nearly every major moment. After new episodes aired, Fans gathered online to debate each couple's future, analyze conversations, and share opinions about the decisions unfolding on screen. Some viewers sympathized with certain cast members, while others questioned their motives or communication styles. Those discussions became part of the viewing experience itself, extending the conversation well beyond each weekly episode. The tell-all added another layer by bringing cast members together to reflect on the season, respond to criticism, and discuss what had happened since filming. As with many installments of the franchise, those conversations answered some questions while raising new ones, leaving audiences eager for updates after the cameras stopped rolling. Over the course of this documentary, we'll revisit every major Season 10 couple and examine what happened during filming, how their relationships developed, and what has been publicly confirmed since then. Some stories took hopeful turns. Others became more complicated after the season ended. In each case, we'll focus on verified information and provide context for why these couples continue to generate interest among fans. Because reality television captures only selected moments from much longer relationships, it's important to remember that viewers see edited versions of real lives. Cast members have repeatedly spoken about the challenges of balancing personal privacy with public attention. When viewers first met Ashley Michelle and Manuel in 90 Day Fiancé Season 10, their relationship looked different from many of the franchise's previous couples. Unlike pairs who had only spent limited time together before beginning the K-1 visa process, Ashley and Manuel already shared a long history. They had first met years earlier while Ashley was traveling in Ecuador. A romance developed, but the relationship eventually ended as their lives moved in different directions. After years apart, they reconnected and decided to give their relationship another chance, eventually applying for the K-1 visa that brought Manuel to the United States. At first glance, that history seemed like an advantage. Many fans believed that because Ashley and Manuel had already known each other for years, they would avoid some of the surprises that often derail newer couples. But as the season unfolded, viewers discovered that time apart had changed both of them, and reconnecting after years of separation proved more complicated than either expected. One of the earliest sources of tension involved communication. Ashley was open about wanting transparency in nearly every aspect of their relationship. She frequently expressed a desire to discuss finances, future plans, and family matters in detail. Manuel, however, often preferred to keep certain topics private, particularly when they involved his relatives in Ecuador. That difference in communication styles became one of the defining themes of their storyline. Money also became a recurring issue. Manuel wanted to continue supporting members of his family back home, something many immigrants experience when they relocate to another country. Ashley understood the importance of helping loved ones, but she also wanted clarity about how much money was being sent and how those financial decisions would affect their own future together. The conversations were rarely simple. They reflected broader questions about trust, responsibility, and how couples combine their financial lives while balancing obligations to extended family. Beyond finances, cultural expectations also played an important role. Ashley and Manuel occasionally approached conflict in very different ways. At times, Ashley preferred immediate conversations to resolve disagreements, while Manuel sometimes appeared more reserved or reluctant to engage. Those differences led to misunderstandings that viewers watched unfold episode after episode. The emotional pressure of the K-1 visa timeline only intensified those challenges. With a 90-day deadline to marry, there was little opportunity to postpone difficult conversations. Every disagreement carried greater weight because the couple had to make decisions that would shape the rest of their lives. Throughout the season, Ashley often spoke openly about feeling emotionally overwhelmed. She wanted reassurance that Manuel was fully committed to building a life together in the United States. Manuel, meanwhile, sometimes expressed frustration that he felt misunderstood or criticized. Their disagreements highlighted a common reality for many international couples. Love alone does not eliminate the practical challenges of merging two lives across different cultures and expectations. Their families also influenced the relationship in meaningful ways. Family approval and support have long been important themes throughout the 90-Day Fiancé franchise, and Ashley and Manuel were no exception. Questions about responsibilities to relatives, future living arrangements, and long-term plans added another layer of complexity to an already demanding situation. Despite the conflicts, Ashley and Manuel continued moving forward with their wedding plans. Viewers saw moments of genuine affection between them alongside difficult conversations that tested their commitment. Their story demonstrated that relationships are rarely defined by a single argument or a single romantic gesture. Instead, they evolve through countless everyday decisions, compromises, and conversations. By the end of the season, Ashley and Manuel married, marking the successful completion of the K-1 visa process. Their wedding represented not the end of their journey, but the beginning of a new chapter. As longtime fans of the franchise know, marriage often introduces an entirely new set of challenges rather than resolving existing ones. Following Season 10, Ashley and Manuel continued to appear within the 90-Day Fiancé franchise, giving viewers additional insight into their married life. Publicly available updates showed that they continued working through issues involving trust, communication, finances, and expectations. Like many reality television couples, they experienced periods of public speculation about the status of their relationship. However, it is important to distinguish between online rumors and verified information. Social media discussions frequently include unconfirmed claims, and viewers should rely on statements made by the cast members themselves or official franchise appearances when evaluating relationship updates. One reason Ashley and Manuel's story resonated with many viewers was that it reflected challenges faced by countless real couples. Conversations about money, extended family, and communication are not unique to reality television. Their experiences sparked discussions among fans about how relationships can survive differences in personality, culture, and expectations. Public reaction to the couple remained divided throughout the season. Some viewers admired Ashley's determination to seek honest communication and believed she was asking reasonable questions about finances and future planning. Others sympathized with Manuel, arguing that adjusting to a new country while remaining connected to family abroad created pressures that were difficult for outsiders to fully understand. Those differing perspectives fueled extensive discussions online after nearly every episode aired. Media coverage also reflected this divide. Entertainment outlets covering the franchise often highlighted the couple's disagreements, while noting that many of their conflicts centered on practical relationship issues rather than dramatic revelations. As Season 10 unfolded, one of the first couples to capture viewers' attention was Ashley Michelle, a New York-based professional who openly described herself as a spiritual practitioner, and Manuel Velez, her longtime partner from Ecuador. Their relationship wasn't brand new. Unlike some couples meeting in person for the first time, Ashley and Manuel had known each other for years before reconnecting romantically and deciding to pursue the K-1 visa process. That history gave many fans confidence that they already understood each other well. But as the season progressed, viewers discovered that familiarity didn't eliminate uncertainty. From the moment Manuel arrived in the United States, communication became one of the biggest obstacles in their relationship. Ashley wanted openness about finances, future plans, and daily life. Manuel, meanwhile, often appeared more private, particularly when conversations turned to money or his responsibilities back in Ecuador. These differences created recurring tension throughout the season. One topic that repeatedly surfaced involved Manuel's desire to continue supporting his family in Ecuador. Ashley understood the importance of helping loved ones, but she also wanted transparency about their finances as they prepared for marriage. The conversations highlighted a challenge many international couples face: balancing obligations to family members abroad while building a financially stable household in the United States. Viewers also saw cultural differences shape their relationship. Ashley's spiritual practices became a recurring storyline, while Manuel sometimes expressed confusion or skepticism. Rather than simply being a disagreement about personal preferences, these moments illustrated how couples from different backgrounds can interpret traditions, beliefs, and daily routines in very different ways. Despite these disagreements, Ashley consistently expressed confidence in their connection. She often emphasized that they had overcome obstacles before and believed they could work through new challenges together. Manuel, although quieter in many situations, also continued moving toward their shared goal of marriage. As the wedding approached, however, the pressure intensified. Like every couple navigating the K-1 visa process, Ashley and Manuel faced a strict timeline. Delaying important conversations wasn't really an option anymore. Questions about finances, trust, communication, and long-term expectations demanded answers before they could officially begin married life. When the season reached its conclusion, Ashley and Manuel ultimately chose to marry, fulfilling the requirements of the visa process and beginning a new chapter together in the United States. For many viewers, that moment represented a significant milestone after weeks of uncertainty and emotional conversations. The tell-all offered another opportunity for fans to see how the relationship had evolved after filming. As with many reunion specials in the franchise, cast members reflected on difficult moments from the season, while also addressing criticism from viewers. Ashley and Manuel acknowledged that their relationship had not been perfect, but they continued presenting themselves as committed to working through their differences. Since the season aired, publicly available updates have indicated that Ashley and Manuel have continued sharing aspects of their lives through social media and franchise appearances. Like many reality television personalities, they have remained connected to the 90-Day Fiancé community, giving fans occasional glimpses into their relationship beyond the original episodes. Public appearances and updates have suggested that they have continued trying to navigate married life together, although, like any couple, they have also faced ongoing challenges and speculation from viewers. One reason their story resonated with audiences is that it reflected issues many couples experience outside of reality television. Financial communication, family responsibilities, cultural adjustment, and learning how to resolve conflict are common challenges in long-term relationships. While the television format amplified those moments, the underlying questions felt familiar to many viewers. Social media reactions to Ashley and Manuel were often divided. Some fans admired Ashley's patience and willingness to continue working through disagreements. Others felt Manuel was unfairly criticized and believed cultural differences explained some of the misunderstandings. There were also viewers who questioned whether the couple's communication styles were simply too different to support a lasting marriage. These varying perspectives became part of the ongoing conversation surrounding the season. It's also worth remembering that reality television presents an edited version of events. Episodes are designed to tell a compelling story, which means not every conversation or positive moment makes it to air. Cast members across the franchise have frequently noted that viewers see only a portion of their lives, and that context can influence how relationships are perceived. For Ashley and Manuel, the central question has never been whether they care about each other. Instead, it has been whether two people with different expectations, communication styles, and cultural experiences can continue growing together after the cameras stop filming. Their journey remains one of the most discussed from Season 10 because it illustrates that marriage is not the end of the story. It is often the beginning of an entirely new set of challenges. As we continue exploring the Season 10 cast, the next relationship takes us to another couple whose story sparked constant debate among fans. Questions about trust, lifestyle expectations, and commitment followed them from their first appearance all the way through the tell-all, making them one of the season's most talked-about pairs.